Hello everyone, welcome to Wayward Souls, where we talk about wayward things. In this episode, I want to talk about the 4 clairs. The 4 clairs are the clairs that describe the ways that you can psychically download information, whether it's from the universe or from spirit or your inner being. It's all interconnected, right? And there's ways to do it through your senses. So the clairs are Clairaudience, Clairsentience, Clairvoyance, and Claircognicance. So I'm going to start with the first one today with Clairaudience. Clairaudience is when you are getting information from spirit through sounds and things that you hear. So it could be synchronistic sounds around you, like you're thinking about something or whether or not you should do something and you hear a ding. A really common phenomenon is when you hear like a classic telephone ringing and you have no idea where it's coming from and it sounds the same every time you hear it. And like this happened to me a lot last summer when I was in a position of transition, like from, a very toxic job to a way healthier one. I notice it comes around when I need to make changes in my life. I would just be walking down the street and hearing this telephone ring and there's only cars driving by and there's no one around me. So that's definitely a huge one, is hearing a classic telephone ringing and also a ringing in your ears. And what happens is you're hearing a frequency through communication from spirit. And so oftentimes you'll hear a high-pitched ringing in your ear when they are approving of what you're planning to do with whatever you're thinking about. Like it's a message of approval when you hear a high-pitched ringing in your ear. Now keep in mind, if your ears hurt or you're in pain in any way, that's probably an actual like issue. You probably have that hearing. I forget what it's called, but go see a doctor if it hurts, because it shouldn't hurt. And then you would hear like a low pitch ringing in your ear as like a warning sign, usually from spirit, because when it's a lower pitch, it's a lower vibration. And so that's what it's indicating, is whatever this is will put you in a lower vibration, or whatever you're thinking about doing could put you in a lower vibration. And it's really cool. And you can even hear synchronicities, like when you're contemplating something or you're thinking about something and you hear 2 people kind of talking about something that kind of is in alignment with what you were just thinking, but you overhear a conversation. That's another synchronistic way to hear information from spirit. And then something that happens to me too, like if you practice mediumship or communication with the universe, is you can hear your spirit guides talking to you in your head. Like you'll just hear a voice pop up kind of thing. Like that's how I experience it. Like I'll just hear a voice pop up. Sometimes it's specific spirit guides. Other times it's not. And sometimes it's family members that have passed on. I accidentally channeled my grandfather quite recently, and I'll do an episode on that because it was just a really crazy experience. And he had this husky, deep, raspy kind of old man voice, and it was just really interesting. I had no idea, like it just came out of nowhere. But yeah, basically when you hear things and you hear sounds and it feels very peculiar, or like it's happening in a synchronistic way, or you're thinking about something and you hear that ding or whatever it is. Definitely pay attention to those things, because that could be spirit trying to communicate with you. Now, the second one I want to talk about is Clairsentience. Clairsentience is basically clear feeling. So that's when you can like feel for information, or you get information through feeling things out. And this could be physically feeling things, or like intuition, gut feelings, and things like that. For example, when I was a kid, I was really good at feeling color. So I could be blindfolded and I can hold something in my hand and just kind of know what color it was. And I was really good at this. Like I almost never I was probably accurate. Like my friends in school would give me things to like see, and then to see if I could do it. And I was like accurate like 99% of the time. I think there was only once or twice when I messed up, and that's when I stopped kind of doing it as much. But yeah, I would literally be able to just hold something and know what color it is just by feeling it. And then my cousin, this is another example, is when my cousin communicates with our past loved ones, she often feels it through her body. So she'll get like a rocking sensation. And she's now communicated with them, and she'll rock one way for yes or one way for no. And depending how she's being rocked or being like moved around, she'll know which family member it is. So her brother will like, sometimes jokingly just give her a push, and she'll feel like she's been pushed. And he's even done this to me before when we were walking down the street. I felt my backpack being grabbed and then pulled over, like in a joking way, like to like lightly push me aside, because he was always a jokester like that. So it's interesting. She can really feel her family's presence. For me, I'm more in like vision and audience and hearing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really interesting how you can actually feel for information, and you can feel like through your gut feeling and intuition as well. Like when you have these unsafe feelings, you have to be careful to really distinct between, is it this anxiety or is this an actual grounded gut feeling? And the way to tell is when it's more of like a silent, lingering, creeping up kind of feeling. That's how you know it's a genuine intuitive feeling versus just anxiety. Mind you, if you're in an unsafe position, like of course you're going to be anxious. And just paying attention to your body and how it feels all the time is just really important to develop that kind of skill. And you can even get to a point where a lot of people that are empathic will be able to feel people's emotions. They could even feel their physical pain in light ways. Like if someone's walking into a room, they have a broken leg, you kind of feel a tingle in your leg. Things like that. That's a lot of, all of that is like clairsentience. And it's really cool. The next one I want to talk about is claircognizance. Claircognizance is like clear knowing. So that's when information can just pop into your head and you just all of a sudden know something's going to happen, or you just really feel like you know something, like it just pops in your head. It's kind of hard to explain this one, but I would say my dominant psychic ability is claircognizance, where information just kind of comes in. And this can come in through like having dreams that come true, getting messages in your dreams, or like you're having a dream and then you just know something, but it's a dream about something that's going to happen in real life, or like it's like, especially if you're having dreams like that, like real situations, that can often happen. And dreams can really show up as metaphors too. And I'll get to that in a sec, because that's more of a clairvoyance thing. But yeah, you can often get dreams or information through your dreams, information through just, it comes in when it comes in, because you might need to be aware of it, according to spirit. And then we have, you can get information just through meditating alone. So there's been many, many times where I'm in the middle of meditation, my mind's clear, and then some information comes in. There's this one time where I was meditating, and information about one of my exes came in, and this little well of grief came up, because I guess I wasn't aware of it before. And then I had this weird idea that that there's something there, that something's going to be happening there, and then I have a dream about it, and then later on, we actually got back together and worked things out. So it was like really cool, and it was quite profound. And I've had tons of dreams that have come true before. So that's claircognizance is really cool. One way you can develop it is just really paying attention to your dreams, and allowing yourself to be open to information while you meditate and things like that. And yeah, it's really awesome. And the last one I want to talk about is clairvoyance. Clairvoyancy is basically clear vision. So that's when information comes to you through images. And this can be like visions with your mind's eye. This can come to you in dreams as well, but more of like the images in the dreams could mean something. So like if you dream about an alligator, that could mean, or a crocodile, that could mean there's something to do with you feeling the need to hide within yourself and go within. Crocodiles often symbolize like, hiding in the murky waters. Like it's a very internal processing like kind of thing where it's like it's very personal and it's very intimate and it's very it's something that goes on inside of you. And so sometimes when you dream about like a crocodile attacking people or something like that, there's a part of you that feels threatened or feels the need to go within and hide from the world. So there's like different images for dreams that could be metaphors for how you're feeling or things that you're going through. So that's one way to get information through clairvoyancy. Another one is when you see visions with your mind's eye, like all of a sudden you have a vision of something happening in your mind or something like that. You could even see synchronicities around you, like number synchronicities or like repeating colors or seeing like, purple hats all day or something like that. Or if you're thinking about moving on to a new job or like relationship, like around you in your everyday life, you might see signs that it might be a good idea to move on or to stick it out or whatever it is. So it's really cool that way. And sometimes when I am communicating with my passed on loved ones, I usually hear them in my head because I do a lot of writing when I'm communicating. So they'll be like writing through me. But oftentimes I will see them in my mind's eye, wherever they are or wherever their energy body is in my house. So I can like see them in my mind's eye standing there, which is really cool. And yeah, you can develop all of these abilities: claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, and clairaudience. And you might already notice that you are more dominant in one or a few of these things. And yeah, it's really cool. You can just practice like developing these skills especially if you're really interested in esoteric stuff and living a better quality life and being in communication with the universe or with spirit. Because this is like a vast plane of consciousness and we're here to expand. And you can do that through becoming aware and finding connection to the world around you and life itself and things like that. Like it's all interconnected. And I just love this stuff. I think it's done nothing but benefit me in my life and make my life so much better. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely give these things a try and just pay attention. And I will be having a YouTube video coming out for developing your psychic abilities as well. So pay attention to that. That'll probably be up by next week. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely day and take care of yourselves, bless. Okay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.